with the Creativity Cave. I am so happy to see you. I hope that you had a fabulous weekend. Sorry, I'm trying to find the perfect shade for today's live. It's tricky, but I'm gonna put this. This is my Beekman 1802. So, all my comments are coming through all goofy. But hello, everyone. I am so happy to see you. It was a roller coaster of a weekend here, I'm not gonna lie. My son ran in his state cross country race, and while I thought he ran quite well, he was not happy at all. He was pretty devastated. He wanted so badly to place in the top 15, and he was 27th. And I don't know exactly what happened. He, let's just say, is not in the space to discuss it super clearly right now. So, but sorry, I'm just looking for one more of my sheets here, but I can't seem to find it. But we were super duper proud of him. He ran his heart out. He for this course, he dropped a minute off of his time last year, which is like a really long time in running. And the weather was horrible. It was, in fact, my teeth were just chattering because it was super windy and cold. And it's so funny. We got up at 5 in the morning to walk the puppies before we left. And it was like hot. Like my husband took his sweatshirt off during our walk because he was so hot. And as we're driving west, we're watching the temperature go down, and it was about 30, 39, I think, at the race, and it was windy, like really windy. And so it was pretty funny to see the change in temperature because, like I said, we were hot before, and then we were freezing. So that was just crazy. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to find my live to see if I can see the comments on my iPad better than on here. They're all jumbled, so I can't read them. So I'm really sorry about that. Okay. What is wrong with this? Ugh. Okay, give me just another second here. But anyway, I was really, really proud of him, and he was really upset. But he got a call from a recruiter today about joining the team. So, I'm giggling. I haven't opened this iPad in quite a while. It said, "Can you take Milo out from 27 days ago?" That's funny. My husband texted me. Sometimes when he's in a meeting, he'll say, hey, help. Okay. My videos, my live videos. Oh, come on. This should not be that hard. Videos. I'm on my own channel. You'd think I'd be able to find these. It has last week's video, but why not this week's video? Well, that's weird. Well, for goodness sakes. YouTube live videos, the Creativity Cave videos. Arr! How about videos that are live right now? I'm trying to find my own video on my own channel, and I can't do it. Oh well. Well, there we go. Okay. Well, thank you all so much. This is so sweet. Lisa, I'm not sure how to say her last name, Lisa. Lisa M, we'll call her. Bless her heart. She sent kind bars to Carl for his race, and so many comments and well wishes to him. And he really had an amazing season. And he does have one more race. It's called Nike Regionals, and it's happening not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that. That one is in Sioux Falls, so it's a long ways away, but I'm excited to go watch him run again. It's going to be amazing to see. Hopefully, it won't be super cold. It just really was crazy. It was like hot last week and then freezing. So it was crazy. And also, thank you so much for all the sweet comments. I posted a picture of like my whole self last week with Carl standing there, and I will just tell you that's not something I would have been okay with even just a few months ago, but I posted it and I was pretty excited with how it looked. So thank you all. So many wonderful, sweet comments. I appreciate that so much about that picture. So that was really kind of you all. Thank you so much. So we're still just plugging along here, doing pretty good. I've got pants that don't fit anymore, which I kind of love. I won't even tell you what my husband said to me the other day about my big pants, but that's another story. Not YouTube friendly, but it made me giggle. And what else do I have to tell you? Our friend died. Matthew Perry died. I really was like, I think that's the first time like an actor has died that really made me feel badly, you know? I mean, like, not that, I mean, please. Oh, somebody just said something about Halloween. I got to put my costume on. Okay. There we go. I don't even like cats, but I can be one for Halloween. There we go. I was so sad that Matthew Perry died. You guys know I love Friends. It was just coming at a time where they were just a few years older than me, and I know many people my age, I think, probably feel similar to me in that it just like we kind of went through things together, and it just was, it still is one of my favorite shows, and I was just so sad to see him pass away over this weekend. I love Chandler. In fact, the short list for naming a Milo, Chanandler Bong was one of them, and Ken Adams was another one, which are both names from Chandler on the show. And ultimately, Carl really wanted Milo, so we went with it. But I love him. And I just was so sad to see him pass away. So that just kind of was a, aw, like, aw. And yeah, so that was just kind of emotional. But anyway, but we had a really nice weekend, and bless Carl's heart. I know he was not feeling great Friday night, but we drug him out to a nice dinner with Andy's mom's husband, who came for Carl's race, and we had a lovely dinner together. And I did go a little outside my diet, but it was worth it. And then Ella, she was not feeling so hot this weekend. So I was really worried she wasn't going to be able to come to the race, but she did. My voice is almost back. I did scream like aggressively, we'll just say. I had to laugh. There were some girls standing there talking as we were waiting for the race to come through at the spot we were standing at. And they were saying something about someone was mad that they were cheering so loud. And I looked at him and I said, they are in the wrong place if they're worried about loud cheering. because, of course, that is my bag, cheering really loud. So we had such a good time cheering for Carl, even though we froze. I hope he appreciates the lengths at which we've gone through this season to see him run through rain, through heat, through freezing. We've really had it all. So I meant to say earlier, he'll run this next race, take probably a week off, maybe, and then he will get back at training for track season. So he is 100% dedicated. I really am just amazed by his dedication to running. It's quite impressive. So that's been super fun to watch him do and see. Okay, I just thought I should try my phone to see if I can find my live video, because I can see you guys are writing stuff, and so it's kind of making me crazy. Okay, I just need the link. I couldn't find it in my channel, but here we go. Here's the link. I think I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna open it up, and the comments are going to be jumbled on here too. Oh, and it's gonna start at the beginning. Oh no, here we are. That's me. Now I just gotta see the chat. Oh my gosh, you guys are probably laughing at me trying to figure all this out. Why can't I see the comments? Well, while I'm here, I'm gonna like my own video. Oh, sign in, that's why. Hi.
Hi.
I know, I know you can't see the comments, but all the people have said such nice things about you and your racing.
These are good blueberries. Thank you, though.
Oh, you can't even see me.
Hello.
And they also commented that you're super tall because they saw the picture I posted. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I have to sign in so I can see the comments. Okay. Goodness. Oh, I don't want a two-step verify things.
Anyway.
What's up, sweetheart?
Howdy.
How was volunteering?
I literally just was doing, what's it called, scut?
Oh.
Clerical work? I don't know. I was probably looking at patients' charts for about 2 hours straight.
Uh-huh.
Kind of boring, but oh well. It was cool.
Yes, it's me.
Some people have some really wacky EKGs, right? Yeah, telemetry. I don't know. The telemetry things printed off, and I was like, ooh, you are not having a fun time. Oh, I wasn't in ortho. I was in medpol today. So.
What's that?
From what I've gathered, it's your lungs. Stuff to do with like lungs and stuff. And then I was in ICU for a while, and whoa, their ICU is legit. Actually, it looked pretty much identical to Iowa City.
Okay. All right, I can't get in. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna scream.
Okay. Do you need me to see the comments?
No. Oh, Sherry said, I've heard quite a few people say that the comments have been jumbled on YouTube the past couple weeks. Dang it.
Thanks, Sherry.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Would you like an orange slice?
No, thank you, but that's really lovely of you to offer. No, thanks. See, look it, you can't read that.
Well, thank you.
So, oh, sorry. You want to get that? I don't want to roll over it with my chair. Love you.
Nah.
Can I have a hug?
No, you dropped my orange.
No
Disgraceful.
hug. No hug for mom.
We can hand hug. Okay. I'm still eating it.
Okay, love you. You smell citrusy fresh.
Huzzah.
Anyway, oh my goodness. I hope you guys are giggling about that. I literally can't get into my YouTube channel on my phone, which is making me really mad. And I can't read your comments, but it's so lovely of you to comment. Thank you so much. If you could give me the thumbs up, that would rock my world. It makes me so happy. Actually, it makes the YouTube really happy, and we like making the YouTube happy. Okay, so anyway, back to life here at the Creativity Cave. So it's a crazy busy week. Oh, so many exciting things happening. First, my team is having a gathering here in where I live, and we are going to have stamping and silliness and games and fun, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I have all kinds of people coming in for that this week, and I cannot wait. We also have our card challenge. You have just through tomorrow, Halloweeny, to get your card challenge card in, which this is the card we made for the card challenge, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I'm kidding. It's this one. So I demonstrated this earlier this month, and this is our challenge card for this month. So if you go over to my Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group, you can enter your creation with this type of card over there to be entered, and we will draw a winner next week, and then we'll also have a new card for next week, for next month's challenge. How, by the way, is it almost November? I can't even handle that. But I'm really loving all the cards that you guys have been sharing. So if you haven't even gone over there, check it out. So many really great projects to take a look at. And then the other thing that I'm excited about is we have some fabulous classes coming out this week. We've got the Modern Garden online class, as well as the Merry and Bright class. And oh my gosh, those cards are so much fun. So happy. Such great cards. I think you're going to love them. So if you aren't registered, I'm going to be sending out a last chance email so you can get registered for that if you would like. And then the other thing that is coming up is First We Turkey, Then We Stamp Camp. This is our kind of, it's sort of a retreat, but not exactly, if that makes sense. It's sort of a retreat, but not really. Oh man, when Carl was here, I should have had him go into my printer because I have a piece of paper and I need to grab there. So anyway, I'm gonna flip my camera around, and then we're gonna make some awesome cards. Okay. So here we go. Okay, First We Turkey, Then We Stamp Camp. So this is a really great event. Hold on one second. So this is kind of a retreat, but not a retreat, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. What's really awesome about it is, first off, it's geared for you to work on it throughout the holiday season whenever you want. They're not holiday cards at all. So they're really all occasion cards that you can enjoy and love around the holiday season when you might need a break from your crazy family or your demanding family, or just you need a break from the chaos, or you shopped till you dropped and now you want to stamp till you cramp. I don't know. It's just an event that is really fun for you to work on whenever it works for you. So there's no live sessions or anything like that. It's all pre-recorded, and our goal is for you to receive your box in time for like the long Thanksgiving weekend. But of course you can work on things whenever you'd like. We're planning on shipping boxes on the 13th, and you'll be able to work on them, whenever it works for you. We'll post everything on Black Friday. So that's kind of the idea, is you can work on them that long weekend. So anyway, it's going to be a really awesome event, and our projects are really, really pretty cool. We are using the Curved Occasions bundle and the You Warm My Heart, or I'm sorry, Warmest Heart bundle. And even if you don't have those, you can either add them to your registration or you can easily substitute other sets to make these projects. I really love the layouts that we have for you. They're really great and they'll work with lots of different things, but those two bundles are pretty awesome. And so it's a really, just really going to be a great event. Now, here's what's super cool is we have a tote bag for this event and I'm so excited. It is going to be so handy. In fact, I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Kelly got the shipment of them and then Kelly and I are going to meet up and I kind of can't wait for that either, but we're going to get our bags for the event and the bags are super cute. So I can't wait for you to get that. It's an exclusive bag just for this event. So I think you're going to love them. But it's a really great event. So get registered. There you go. Oh, and if you are a Stamp Happy Academy member or a member of my team, you get $10 off the registration fee. Just contact me for the promo code and you'll get your discount. I also have my class packet is winding down. There's still, I think, 3 mystery boxes left, grab boxes of classes. And then I added a few new class packets last week to the sale. The link in the description of this video is the new link I put in. So you can get a great deal on some awesome classes. There's even a couple of Christmas card classes in case you need some Christmas cards. As mentioned, we've got the Merry and Bright and the Modern Garden online classes coming out this week. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, but where's my paper for it? Oh yeah, this. Okay, so we have the 35 year celebration has been going on all year long with Stampin' Up! And it's culminating in this amazing join offer where you can take either 35% off the start of your starter kit, which would make it, let's see, $64.35. Okay, so $64.35, and you can choose $125. So it's $125 in product for just $64.35. That's an amazing, amazing value. Okay, or you can get 35% more in product. So $125, or yeah, times 1.35, which means you can get $168.75 in product for $99. And these are both plus tax. The shipping is included. And that's just an incredible deal. Now, on top of that, if you register, you also get a free virtual admission to our on stage, which is happening next weekend. And that is going to be an awesome event. I'm really looking forward to it. And it's just such a great deal. So seriously, think about it, you guys. $125 in product for $64.35. That's like half price-ish. Or $168 in product for $99 plus tax. It's such a good deal. I think personally, I think this is a better deal, but both are good. It's either one. It's a no-brainer. Really. It's such a good deal. Now, what happens if you don't want to do anything with Stampin' Up? Well, that's okay. We will part friends. It's all good. But you can also enjoy 20% off of all your orders. You don't have to have your first like sales quota in until, let's see, if you join in October, November, December, January, February, until the end of March, that's when you'd have to have your first sales quota in. So it's just such a good deal. I can't stress that part enough. And then what is even better is you get me. So I have a very active team. We have an active Facebook. We have monthly team meetings. We have weekly team training. We have a monthly card swap you can participate in. You have get discounts on events and packets. There's so many benefits to being on my team. Of course, we have all kinds of incentives that you can earn. Whether you're building a business or enjoying your discount, you can earn stuff from me. I welcome everybody. And I would just love to have you be a part of my team. So it's such a great place to be. So I would encourage you to take advantage of this. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to say message me because literally I still can't read these dang comments, which is very frustrating. But I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have about this amazing special. And we haven't had anything quite this awesome in some time. So I would really encourage you to check it. Oh my gosh, I finally got into my thing. Okay. So there we go. I finally got my comments. This makes me so happy. I can't even tell you guys how badly they look from my phone. So anyway, so there you go. 35 and 35. Now, the other really sweet deal about this is you can pre-order some of our upcoming online exclusives. Now, these are going to go live to customers on the 7th of November, but they are in pre-order for demonstrators right now, which means you can actually add them to your starter kit if you would like. And that's a really great deal. I've shown these products before, so I won't show them again, but they're really awesome. So if you have any questions about that, again, just let me know. And I hope that you'll consider joining if you love Stampin' Up! And you would like to join. So Sue is asking, how long does the special go? It is until tomorrow. So it's just the end of the month. It's been going on all month long. So it's just until tomorrow. That is the last day you can take advantage of this. So there you go. Okay. Now it is time to stamp. My goodness, we talked for forever. All right. So first things first, I was working on a card before I came on live, and I'm not gonna lie when I tell you it's not coming together the way I wanted, but I'm hoping maybe we can put it together and see if we can do something with it. So I'm going to start with half a sheet of thick vanilla cardstock. And oh my goodness, thank you, Sharon, and thank you, Lynn, for being a part of my team. You're so sweet, and I appreciate your being a part of our group. You're what make us fabulous. Sharon, I'm so excited. She's coming to see me later this week, so that's exciting. Okay, now I wanted to use the rustic crate. I've made cards with the kind of the fall stuff I wanted to do, and I've used the poinsettias, but I wanted to do the poinsettias for a nice little Christmas card, okay? So I actually pre-stamped and die cut, just because you didn't have to watch me die cut these ahead of time, using some Pebbled Path ink on both of these, and we're going to color this in. Now, my good friend Kelly had a really great tip for us, and that was to die cut this first and then color second, because if you die cut it and it's off kilter and you've already spent all that time coloring it in, it makes you crazy, right? So she die cuts it first, and I'm so excited that she shared that tip, because that's a winner of a tip. I really liked it. So we're gonna take her up on that, and I've got the dark cherry cobbler, and we're going to color these kind of some traditional poinsettia colors. And I love poinsettias. They're so pretty. In fact, I've been meaning to try watercoloring them, just like freehand. I think my watercolor skills are ready for such a thing. It's really just like a sunflower with a smaller center in a different color. And I'm pretty sure I could do that. So anyway, but I really love poinsettias. In fact, tell me in the comments now that I can read them. I was like, how am I going to let them vote for anything? I love Christmas. When it's time for Christmas, which according to many on Wednesday it will be, because it'll be the 1st of November. Halloween will be over. Are you a 1st of November Christmas person or an after Thanksgiving Christmas person? I am dying to know. So let me know in the comments now that I can read them. Do you prefer Christmas in the beginning of November or after Thanksgiving? For those of you who are in the US. And if you're not in the US, because obviously you don't have Thanksgiving, let us know when you like to celebrate or start celebrating, or not celebrating, but like decorating and preparing. I know some people would do Christmas all year long if they could. I'm just curious what your thoughts are. After Thanksgiving, a lot of people are saying. Rosie would like to start Christmas in June. Rosie, you're so sweet. I love that. Whitney, who is my assistant here, she would probably do. I'm pretty sure she's a November 1st. We'll see. She's a big fan of Christmas. I think she puts up 6 Christmas trees, you guys. 5 or 6. I know she has 6 Christmas trees. She might not put all of them up, but she is hardcore. So she is a really big lover of Christmas. Last year, I don't even think we put a tree up. Isn't that terrible? It was a rough year last year. Last December is when we had no answers about Andy, and it just, we were not really feeling the Christmas. No, you know what? We did put a Christmas tree up. We did not decorate it though. So we had the lights, but that was it. I'm feeling like we're going to be a little more festive. I actually did decorate for Halloween, and we will decorate for Christmas, but I am a little nervous about what my dog Milo is going to do to the tree, because I'm going to go with nothing good. He is still full of energy. So there we go. Okay, so I've colored all of these poinsettias. Aren't they so pretty? Let me just tidy up the centers a little bit. Okay, I'm seeing most people says after Christmas, or after Thanksgiving. What am I saying? Megan in Australia does 1st of December to 1st of January. I like that. Marva hasn't put up a tree since her husband passed. I know, it's really hard sometimes. Patricia said they put a baby gate around their tree last year because of their puppy. Yeah, that might be just about where we're at. Joanne likes to decorate and decorate after Thanksgiving, but shop before. I have actually bought some Christmas presents this year already, that's like extraordinarily early for me. I usually don't start till like mid-December, so I already have a few. Okay, and only one is for me. Because let's be honest, if you want what you want, a lot of times you kind of have to get it. I missed a petal. My husband is like a December 23rd or 24th kind of a shopper. So if I want what I want, I have to get it. And can I tell you, this is really funny. You're gonna laugh at this, I think. Also, am I spitting? Like, what is happening here? I think I might be spitting on my desk. I'm sorry if that's gross, but either that or there's something dripping from somewhere, but I'm not sure where that would be. I'm using Old Olive to color the leaves, which are just beautiful. I love the combo of cherry cobbler and Old Olive. Those are just such beautiful kind of traditional colors for Christmas. Now, I'm curious too if anybody who does not celebrate Christmas, like maybe you're Jewish and you celebrate Hanukkah, do you like poinsettias? Is that solely a Christmas thing or is it just a seasonal thing? Let me know. I'm curious. I never know. Okay, so I'm just going to put some dark Daffodil Delight in the centers of these. Okay, and I'm giggling. I'm reading these comments. All right, so isn't that beautiful? Oh, so pretty. Okay, now here's where I was struggling with this. I was looking for some designer series paper to go on here, and I couldn't quite find what I wanted. And I'll show you what I started with. So I've got this piece. This is from the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP. And I think this is technically green, but let's see, or Lost Lagoon maybe. But Pool Party is in here, and maybe there's a lighter shade. I really like that sheet, but I don't know. But then, ooh, what about this piece? That could be a good piece too for this. Oh, so difficult to choose a pattern. But then I also thought, we could use some of the All About Autumn designer series paper because we have a couple of designs that might look really nice with this. The first of which is this one, because it's just kind of gold. And that might be kind of cool. So, what do you guys think? Should we do this pattern, the colored or the gold? So comment in the comments, do you want colored or gold? And let me know, and then we'll decide. Now that doesn't mean we won't put a pop of color in here somewhere, but okay, I see lots of gold, a couple colored, gold, 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 colored, gold, 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 gold. I feel like gold has it. Hold, I think she meant gold. Okay, we're gonna go with gold since, yeah, I kind of agree, but I want this to work. I really do. Okay, so I think, let me grab my trimmer. We'll do a little bit of a smaller piece, meaning not like the whole 4 by 5 1/4. We'll do like a 3.5 by 4 3/4 piece. And then we'll put, and I should say this is actually copper, not gold, but that's just a minor detail, right? Okay, so then I'm gonna take and maybe line this with a piece of cherry cobbler, and then we could also put it on an old olive card base. Ooh. Do we like that better than the vanilla card base? So now the question is, vanilla card base or olive card base? Okay, so the new vote, vanilla or old olive for the card base. We'll add the cherry cobbler for sure. In fact, I'll cut that while we're voting for this. So let's see, I did 3.5 by 4 3/4. So we'll do 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. Okay, so let's see what the votes. Ooh, this is a little more. Let's see, olive. olive, vanilla. Oh my gosh, you guys. You are practically even on the olive versus vanilla. I think the olive might have it. There we go. Oh, so pretty. Okay, now we're going to tone this down by putting a sentiment across here. So that will help things a little bit. All right. I don't know. I might go with this. I'm not sure. It's like quite the choice. Olive makes it pop more. Okay. I would agree with that. Now we need our sentiment, which I was going to do one sentiment, but now I think I might change my sentiment choice to make it skinnier. I was going to do this big Merry Christmas, but it won't fit on this piece, and I want to keep it a little skinnier. Okay, so let's see. Now that means I'm going to switch up my sentiment choice, which is going to change things a little bit. Just got to find my sentiments, because I think I got to see where I put them. Oh, it is tricky making these decisions. Goodness. All right. Well, where did my one sentiment set go? Oh, here we go. So I was going to do this Merry Christmas, but maybe I could do the season's greetings right here, and that would be okay. And it would be skinnier. All right. So we'll change things up. And maybe a little bit skinnier piece of vanilla. Oh, look, I just happen to have a skinnier piece. This is about 3/4 of an inch. And we'll stamp this in Cherry Cobbler. Now this piece is 3 5/8. So let's cut a 3 3/4. Sorry. Looking for my sentiment set really just destroyed my desk. I made a huge mess, but that's okay. We're getting back to it. 3 3/4. All right, now, so it'll just stick off on the ends slightly. We're going to stamp this with our Cherry Cobbler. So pretty. Like that. And let's start adhering some layers. I sometimes feel guilty using one side versus another side of paper, you know? Okay, I think I'm going to do something to really make this stand out. I just got to get my bearings slightly. I'm going to pop this up. Well, all these layers are going to get popped up, I think. Oh, for goodness sakes. Now, what if we sponged a little color behind this? That might really make things pop. Now, the choice is what color. I feel like Pool Party is the right color. It's soft, but it will look nice. Okay, so here we go. This could make or break our whole card right here, but I think it's going to make our card. Also, I'm living a little fast and loose by having that sentiment sitting right there. So I just want a little bit of a halo of color here. And I hope you're going to love that. Now, it doesn't have to look perfect, which is fine. There. Oh, I I think that looks good. What do you guys think? Uh-oh, Rosie said no. Uh-oh. I thought it was a good pop. Just spreading it out a little teeny bit. There we go. Okay, so let's put this together. Change to vanilla. Okay, well, I guess we can still look. Ooh, maybe I do like vanilla. Okay, I might just go with it. All right. So we're just gonna add our little poinsettias right there. So pretty. With the pool party added, you like it better in vanilla. Yeah, I kind of do too. Now vanilla looks better. It's complicated, isn't it, you guys? Okay, so I'm going to pop this layer up as well. Vanilla is fancy. Thank you. Make 2 cards, one with vanilla and one with old olive. Well, I know, but I don't want to take the time because I got other cards to make too. Okay, is that on there crooked or is it just me? It's just me. I'm going to adhere this layer. And I do really like this. It's so pretty. Okay. So there we go. That also makes it easier to write in, but okay, so then this sentiment also has, or this stamp set also has this. And that says, wishing you a season of hope and light, which I think is nice. And we'll just leave it at that. I could do these poinsettias in the background. Just light, like that. There's just a little bit of ink on the back of them, so there we go. Okay, twine. Well, that's a good question. Do we want twine or we could do twine? Got a little vanilla. So I can tie a bow on here and then add this like so. Oh yeah, we're getting to the Winkastella, don't you worry. That's a given. I kind of feel like if you color in poinsettias, you have to add clear Winkastella. That's just part of the deal. Because we have a somewhat busy background, I'm not going to add bling to this. I guess you could, but I feel like I don't want to, I feel like that might be too much. So I'm going to go with that and leave it. So there we go. I like it. I hope you guys like it too. Oh, I'm giggling. Winky, winky. Okay, so there's our first card. All right, our next card is going to be a little Thanksgiving type card and a little watercoloring. So I'm going to start with a black, what am I saying? Crumb cake card base. And let me get rid of my markers. And I'm going to use the Fruitful Blessings stamp set, which I believe is really just made for coloring. In this case, we're going to watercolor. And I'm going to stamp these leaves. So I've got a piece of 3x4" Fluid 100 watercolor paper. And I'm actually going to do almost a similar design to this last one. Is we're going to stamp these in Stays On Black. Okay. There we go. And then I've got a little, about a little more than a 1/2 inch, probably like a 5/8 inch strip. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment on here. Please be straight. Please be straight. Oh, it was straight. Okay, wishing you many blessings. Okay, now on this card, we're going to start with some Pool Party ink, and we're going to color the background. Now, what did I do with my aqua painter? My water painter. Oh, hello, water painter. You were here just a short time ago. Well, when in doubt, grab another one. Okay, so I'm going to use some Pool Party ink, and I'm just going to color the background of this in some Pool Party. And I'm just going along the edge, and you can have plenty of water for this process. It doesn't need to be perfect, and it doesn't need to be dark, and it doesn't need to be even. We just want to put a little color behind our image because that's going to really make it stand out and pop on here. You can see I'm using a pretty watery mixture of Pool Party. And by the way, I do have water just outside the camera frame. My favorite way to use our water painters is actually to dip them in water because it gives you a little bit more control, I feel. Well, first of all, I always run out of water. That's my first problem. And second of all, I don't like the water control on these water painters very well, but I do really like the brush. It's really a decent brush for coloring, I think. Okay, so there we go. That's just given us a nice light background. Okay. And yes, this is watercolor paper, our Fluid 100 watercolor paper. Okay, next I'm going to change color, and our pears we're going to do in Wild Wheat, which I think is actually a really great color for our pears. And so we're going to start by doing a really watery mix, meaning nice and light. And I'm just going to kind of color around the pears. Now I'm being a little careful because if I go too far out on the edge, my water could blend with my Pool Party that we just put down. And so I'm being a little careful about that because I don't want it to bleed too much. If I didn't want to worry about that, I could just hit it with my heat tool to dry it, but I'm also a little bit on the lazy side, and I'm not going to. Some of it's already dried, but the bottom is still a little bit wet because that was the last part we painted. Okay, so now I have a nice even, pretty even coat of our Wild Wheat down, but I want it to be more interesting than that, so I want to add a little more wheat. Now, if the background is still wet, we can add more wheat and it will blend kind of with the water on the cardstock. So look at that. If we just add that darker amount of Wild Wheat, it just bleeds so beautifully. Look at that. It's so pretty. Okay. And I love adding that into my card. Now, if I get too much, I can take it away. So to do that, I like to have a like a little cloth, I can dry my brush off, just get clean water, and then I can see like it's bleeding a little bit right here. I can kind of pick that up. That's actually only going to make it bleed worse. I gotta let it dry. But if you use like a tissue, you can pick it up. Okay. So I'm gonna help the process along a little bit, and I'm gonna dry this. So I'm just gonna take my heat tool and say, it's time to dry. You can see this is bleeding a little bit, but that's okay because we're gonna add a little bit of color to create a floor. All right, so it's not super dry, but it's a little bit more dry than it was. So now I'm not worried about bleeding so much. And I'm gonna pick my next color up, which is gonna be Old Olive. And for Old Olive, I'm going to use this for the leaves. So kind of like what we did before, we'll do a light, kind of watery mix of Old Olive and go over those leaves with a light shade. And then we're going to come back in and add some darker Old Olive to add some lovely interest to this. So I think what makes watercoloring so pretty is when things blend and bleed and you have lighter and darker areas. If it's all exactly the same, it's kind of boring. So, okay, so we've got our Old Olive done with like the really watery Old Olive. Now let's pick up a little darker Old Olive. So less water, more ink. And I'm just gonna kind of add that along the spine or the veins of this leaf, and then we're getting lighter and darker areas, which I love. Okay, now I want to add some more interest to our pear, so I'm going to pick up some more color and we're going to go on here. It's mostly dry, so it's not going to blend as much, but it's going to give you a nice kind of, I call this a hard line. Just keep coloring, keep adding color where there's lines on our pear, like so. And then do you see it's starting to look good. Let's bring that close so you can really see it. So pretty. Now I know I got the bleeding that happened down there. Don't worry, we're going to take care of that. But I really love the look of this. And you can do these in lots of different colors too. You don't have to do just the wild wheat, but that's kind of what I'm going for, is just some wild wheat. And then I'm gonna, once again, put some more color on those leaves to really get some nice shading. Okay. There we go. So Debbie, I just can't stress enough, practice, practice, practice. It's not too hard to color like this. Just keep practicing. Okay. Now the other thing is, if you want to take away some color, just put your clean brush on here, clean water, and then wipe off what you get. All right, now the other thing I like to do is do a little splatter. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some of my wild wheat in my brush that's kind of wet, pretty wet. And then I'm just going to tap it lightly, and that's going to give me some splatters. I love adding the splatters. Okay, now some of the things that splatter, by the way, are water when you do that, and I love the look, because that again makes it more interesting. I'm just going to dab this right at the bottom where it was bleeding before, because what we're going to do next is add a little bit of the ground, because we don't want our pears just floating in air. We want to put them on the ground or a table or something. And for that, I'm going to use some Pebbled Path, if I can find my Pebbled Path ink pad, which of course has disappeared, as it always does. And also, can we just talk about this color combo for a second? I kind of like it. Wild Wheat, Old Olive, and Pool Party. Not bad. But where did my ink pad go? Darn it. Oh, it's under my phone. Okay, so now we've got some of our Pool Party, or I'm sorry, Pebbled Path, too many P words. I'm going to mix some of this up, and you might note that there's a little bit of the wild wheat still on my brush, and that's okay. So now I'm just going to add this to the ground, or to create the ground, like so. Okay, and that color is going to blend and bleed a little bit. I'm going to even add some of the darker to this. And that is fine. You can see it's bleeding into my pear, but I'm not too worried about that because I can always go like this and remove it because I'm sneaky like that. And look at that. Doesn't that look it better? Okay, so we have Old Olive, Wild Wheat, Pebbled Path, and in the background is Pool Party. Okay, but wait, we're not done yet. We're going to take a touch of Cajun Craze. Okay, but before I do the Cajun Craze, we need everything to be dry. Because otherwise bad things will happen. And I can show you maybe what I mean. Okay, so that is still a little wet. We want it to be somewhat dry. Okay, now here's why we want it to be relatively dry. It's still a little wet. It takes longer to dry because this is cotton paper, where if you used just like wood pulp based paper, it dries faster. Okay, so I've got my water brush. I've got a wet water brush. Okay, so it's wet, not too drippy, but a little wet. And we're going to lightly tap this and get some speckles of Cajun Craze on here. Okay, and look at that. Now, the reason we wanted it dry is because if it was still wet, it would spread out and we would have a really dark pear that is more reddish orange, which I know pears can be depending on, you know, the variety and whatnot. I'm trying to, here we go. This was, I was practicing beforehand, and you can see my paper was really wet when I did it. So those speckles bled out. And here, because we dried everything, the speckles are staying kind of as is, which is what I wanted. So this was my practice one beforehand, and this is the real one. So you can see it went everywhere. But I really like that one a lot better. Okay, and I love the speckled look. You could even speckle some of the other colors like the green or the Pebbled Path. I might do a little Pebbled Path just to add some interest to this. So again, you just want a brush that's wet, not dripping, but wet. Okay, because if it's dripping, it might give you too big of dots. Like these are bigger because it's a little wetter. But again, I kind of like the look. And there's some more. So I just really lightly tapped. Okay, there we go. Now let's close these ink pads before something bad happens. We've got our blessings stamped already. So let's put our card together. This part is the easy part. So I have a 3 1/8 by a 4 1/8 inch piece of wild wheat cardstock that we're going to add. So it's just a little sliver. Okay, and there we go. Those drips are still wet, so I'm being careful not to touch them. And then I'm going to add my many blessings to this, but I also want to add some linen thread. since we've got a crumb cake card base. So I'm going to tie a bow on here, and I'll just wrap this around a few times. Now, if you struggle with watercoloring, like I saw Debbie and Carol talking about watercolor class, watercoloring is something I really encourage you to do often and not once in a while. That's how you get better, is practicing. So I would, like if you have a set like this where there's open lines, just stamp a bunch on watercolor paper. Again, I can't even stress how much the watercolor paper part is critical. And then just practice coloring them. You can color things in goofy colors. They don't have to be, accurate to the image. So you can make purple pears if that's what you want. It doesn't matter. But just keep practicing so that your hand gets better. You get more comfortable with the blending. And I would say start with a light amount of color and paint and add to it, because you can always add more. And you can take it away to a certain extent, but it's easier to start light and then build up the color. You know what I mean? Someone, I think it was Debbie, said she's heavy-handed. And so my biggest solution to being heavy-handed is to start light and build up your color, so you get a feel for what is heavy and what is light. You know what I mean? Okay, so there is our card. It's really pretty and very simple. I feel like I need a little adhesive in this corner to hold that down. There we go. But I love the look, and this is actually a really good design to start with because it's really simple. There's not a ton of detail and intricate. Like, this is more intricate, honestly, than this. This is pretty simple shape. So I would start with something really simple like this, or a very simple flower, and work from there. Okay, so there's that. Then our next card, we're going to do a fancy one, sort of fancy, and then we're going to finish on the super simple. So our next card is another really pretty card. This one is a Christmas card or holiday card featuring the Wishes All Round stamp set. And I like this set. I made a card with the trees not too long ago. So in the stamp set, there are some snowflakes, and then in the dies, there's a wreath of snowflakes. So we're going to use these to create a card. And I have, let's see, we're going to start with a Lost Lagoon card base. Okay. And I die cut my wreath of snowflakes in Lost Lagoon. And here we go. And I love the Lost Lagoon. It's just a nice kind of alternative color for snowflakes, especially when you pair it with a little pretty peacock. That looks pretty good. So I embossed this with the snowflake folder. Oh, I never can remember. I want to say it's Snow is Falling, or Falling Snow, something to that effect, because that's what it is. Falling Snow embossing folder. But I'm going to add to it a little bit of Designer Series paper. Now this is a watercolored background in Designer Series paper. This is paper that is kind of watercolory. And it's from the Winter Meadow DSP, which is just so pretty. And so this is a 3 3/4 inch square, and I'm going to attach that to our card. And I just love all the texture that was created in this background, which, by the way, they used salt to create this background, which is very cool. And then I decided when I put this on there, there wasn't enough contrast, so I die cut a second snowflake. I seriously think I'm spitting. What is wrong with me? So I die cut this second snowflake wreath with some pretty peacock because I thought, oh, that's very pretty. And I will tell you a little secret. I also tried this before I decided on the Lost Lagoon. I tried it with the shimmer paper that has Lost Lagoon in it, and I did not like the look. First of all, it didn't die cut very well through that shimmer paper because it's kind of that plasticky sort of coating on the paper, and so it didn't, like, I had a hard time just getting all the little bits out of it. So I decided against that, and then I decided on this one we would just kind of offset things, and then I loved the look of this. Okay, so I'm just going to be a little bit lazy and put a few dabs of my seal on here, and this seems to be holding both of them together fairly well. We're going to put a sentiment over this so it's pretty good. Okay, now in our stamp set we have a beautiful Christmas greetings image, and we'll stamp that in some pretty peacock. So this is a 3/4 inch strip, and look at how pretty that is. Now I'm going to add to this some Lost Lagoon ribbon, and we're just going to tie a little bow and kind of add this to our wreath. Like that. Oh, so pretty. And then to make this card, you know, nice, I mean, it's nice as it is, but to make this card like amazing, actually I might just throw this whole thing on here. We're going to take it from sweet to amazing, and to do that, we're just going to add some So I'm putting my bow on with Seal Plus because I feel like it'll really stick nicely. Now to make this amazing, we're going to use some iridescent pearls. Sorry, that's my excited hands. So I'm just going to pop several of these on here. And you can, like, I'm putting them in the centers, but you could put them all over the place. And while I'm using a fair number of them, it's not that bad. I'm going to stick one more right there. And I think that just makes this whole card fancy. And then we're going to, oops, take it one more notch up in the fancy by spritzing this with our clear wing Castella. Now you might not see this so much, but in real life, it's going to sparkle all over, and it's amazing. Okay, so that's really pretty. Okay. And then, oh my gosh, I'm laughing. My daughter is on here. Hi, Ella. Are you feeling better now? I love you. I miss you. I'm excited I got to see you. And by the way, Ella had the biggest, most awesome hug for her brother. So sweet. I teared up a little. Okay, so we're going to use Pretty Peacock for the Innie sentiment. And I love this set because it has Innie sentiment. Or an Innie sentiment. Sending wishes for a wonderful and joyous season, which is just so fancy and pretty. And then we're going to add Lost Lagoon. And I'm just going to do kind of like that. Oh, so pretty. Aww. Thanks, Ella. Don't forget to like my video before you leave. I love you. We did feed Ella after the race, and I think she was excited about that too. College students always like to be fed, right? There we go. So there's our card. Isn't that pretty? So the wishes all around is such a pretty set, and really, really pretty easy to make that one. Okay, I've got one more card, and like I said, this one's super simple, which is this is how I roll. Okay, so I'm going, now this, by the way, is something I saw on a video that Sarah Douglas, our CEO of Stampin' Up, did, I think last week. And she used some different papers, but I really loved the concept, so I thought we would make it. So I'm going to start with a cherry cobbler card base. And I am going to take a couple of papers. This is from the St. Nick paper, I think is the name of it. You know, I never know the names. I even tried to look before I went live. It's part of the online exclusives going on right now. So basically I cut, I think this is let's just double check, a 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inch piece of DSP, and then I cut it at 2 1/4, and we're going to flip one of the pieces. Okay. And I also am going to take I've got a strip. This is the Bedazzling paper, and I'm going to put this on here diagonally. Okay. Now, a smart person would have like cut the paper. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these two down like this, and then we're going to roll our adhesive over them and pick them up together. I'll be done shortly, sweetie. This is my last card. He's down here because he's hungry. Right? Ella was on my live, which was funny. I kind of made me giggle that she came on live. I wonder how she remembered it was live. I don't know. I mean, I've been going live on Mondays for many years. Okay, so I've just got that on there diagonally. All right, and then we're going to attach it right here. So this is a 1 inch thick strip, and then we attached it diagonally between the border of the two papers. You could pop this up or layer this on another thing or whatever you want, but we're just going to keep it simple like that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment, and I'm just going to use the fun Merry Christmas from the Celebrate with Tags set. And we're going to stamp that in some cherry cobbler on a little scrap of our basic white cardstock. And then I'm going to punch it out with the modern oval punch. Like, how awesome is that? That, my friends, is what you call a quick and easy and super fun card. So we'll pop this up. So easy. I love that it's so easy. Also, I love that Carl came down. Are you almost done? Because I'm starving. Because after my live, it's dinner time. Okay. So there is that. And you can add some trying to decide what I wanted to add to this. I think I might use some of these pearls. You can add, you know, whatever works for you or whatever you want. But maybe I'll just put a couple pearls on here like that. So simple and pretty and so easy. And then I'll throw a white in the inside. But that's it. I mean, so simple. You could add a little coordinating strip of paper on here if you wanted. Like, I just have, this is just a leftover scrap, so I'm going to use it. We'll throw that on the inside of our card, and that's it. Super easy. But how fun is this? I feel like you could do a gabillion different combinations of papers with this layout, and it would be so awesome. So these are the cards we made today. And the mess that we made is is almost as impressive as the cards, I feel. So really fun projects. Of course, don't forget the 35% off or 35% more special ends tomorrow. The classes registration is open and they are coming out. So get registered. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you all so much for being here, you guys. I hope you have just the best day and the best week, and happy Halloween. And oh my gosh, I can't believe it is seriously November. Margie, I just saw you had a question about, I think you're talking about this card about the die. Have you tried a shim yet? Put a piece of cardstock on top of the die and run it through. That will probably help. If you still have trouble, let me know if that doesn't work, and we'll see what we can do. Every once in a while there's a defective die, but that's pretty rare. But yeah, thanks again for being here, friends. If you could give me the thumbs up, I would be so grateful. And I hope you have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye.